Hello, this is Bullet with another video no one will ever see, but those who do, on their deathbed, will receive total consciousness. So they got that going for them, which is nice. In today's video, I want to talk about what a weird day it was in my world of Destiny. A day filled with soloing Nightfall twice, idiot gamers, a Groundhog version of Taniks Perfected, an exotic weapon quest, discovering a new favorite gun, and then capping the night off with some gameplay with friends. All in all, it was a good day, but some seriously strange moments. First up, soloing this week's Nightfall. I know what you're saying, but Bullet, you've already soloed this week's Nightfall. Why do it again? It's a good question, and I have a good answer. I wanted to prove to myself that it wasn't a fluke, that when I soloed it the other day, it wasn't just luck. Also, I don't have enough video for my Nightfall video. Let me rephrase that. I don't have enough video for my Nightfall fail video. I figured that I would fail when attempting to solo it again. I kept not failing it. Each of the 2 times I soloed it yesterday, I beat my previous time. I guess in a way that is a fail, because I expected to fail and didn't. After that, I went to work on a quest that's been sitting around for a few days. I had to do this Rasputin Strike, but this version was timed. I had thought it was something I could solo, like a mission. Nope. This being a timed thing, like Nightfall, I didn't want to get stuck with a couple of idiots. I was hopeful when it put me into the strike alone. No randoms. Nice. But eventually the randoms show up. One of them was okay. The other one, not so much. One of the things that really annoys me about the way some people play Destiny when playing with randoms is how selfishly they can sometimes play. In this strike, we had Vemoras. Not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but this person was an asshole. For example, I don't mind if people want to race their sparrows to the next event. What I do mind is when they keep bumping into you, or worse, driving over you to get there, especially in a timed event. This moron did just that. He or she even killed another player with their sparrow. They fucked off so bad that it caused all of us to die and get pulled back to the entrance. I'm not a violent man, but I wanted to slap the shit out of this guy. I'm referring to the character, not the person. I know it's probably some spastic 12-year-old with shitty parents who would rather just plop him in front of the TV than actually care for him, so I let it go. Thankfully, we managed to get the strike done with plenty of time, and I was able to complete my quest. I'm going to slow the video down and let this section play for a minute, so I can point out this idiot's gameplay. Alright, you see he's on his sparrow now. Bumps into me. I turn around, give him the stink eye.
I'm detecting comm signals deep.
Now he just killed the other guy.
Anyone with a radio could have picked up Rasputin's
But I
distress
keep
call.
going.
If we don't shut it down, half the Cosmodrome could be at his front door.
And the darkness consumed me. At this point I'm thinking I should just go back to orbit. I give it another try. We don't have to do the whole thing over again, we just have to get through the doors. And he's back on his sparrow. Bumps into me again. Stops, turns around, tries to hit me.
Comm signals deep in the vault.
Anyone with a radio could have picked up Rasputin's distress call. If we don't shut it down,
And you
half the
see
Cosmodrome could be at
clanking
his
through the
front door.
tunnel. That, my friends, is what an asshole looks like. I then went on to do some strikes. I had a couple of bounties I wanted to work on. First strike it puts me in is the Taniks Perfected Strike. Not a fan of that strike. Not sure why I don't care for it, I just don't. It's not the worst strike there is, but it's just not one I get excited about, per se. It plops me into the strike as it's already started and I have to play catch up. After catching up to the other two players, it appears one or both of them were struggling with the strike because one of them kept dying. Maybe it was both of them. I didn't have time to pay attention to the names. We finally get the room cleared out. It's time to run down that hall where Taniks and his minions spawn at the end of it. We just start to run down it and we're warped back to the entrance of the room. I've never seen this before. I spent several minutes trying to figure out what in the hell was going on. I made sure everything in the room was dead. I even tried to go back to the previous room for the same reason. It warped me back to the entrance again. After several minutes, I had had enough, and I just went back to orbit. I'm sure that was a mistake. There was probably some special glitch in the game that would have given me some exotic or something if I had just taken the time to figure it out. But I didn't. I had shit to do. I start up the next strike, and it's one of my favorites, Winter's Run. I jump on my Sparrow and start to race to the first fight area. I don't waste time with the ads at the front of the cave when I get there. Unless they're in my way, I ignore them. The strike doesn't really start until you're in the cave anyways. I see far too many people dicking around outside the cave and getting themselves killed. Now, of course, that's what happened here. I will go out of my way to revive other players if I can, but sometimes it's better to just keep moving and pull them through. That's what I did. We make it through the cave. Now we face 2 or 3 rounds of ads that spawn into the game and must be killed before our ghost will then suddenly break the code to get the door open. I'm struggling because the 2 randoms start playing at the bottom of the path where all the ads spawn, and of course they both end up getting themselves killed. I'm being swamped with ads where I'm at, and I can't get to them. They respawn and run up by me, and then sit down behind a rock. They just fucking sit there. I had to clear everything out myself. To be honest, it was probably easier with them out of the way than having to worry about running to revive them all the time. But it's the principle of the thing. I've never seen that before. Just sitting there, like they're on a fucking picnic in the park. I was furious, I tell you. Furious. After that, I was done with them. I'll do it myself. I cleared the ads and moved on. They eventually show up at the final battle, but they weren't much help, and I wasn't going to go out of my way to revive them. I figure that'll show them. Good times were finally to follow, as later that day my friends showed up. First it was Medium 229. We were going to do some capture the flag, control, when Milo turned up. He needed to do some Iron Banner, so we did that instead. It was a grind. I'm so done with the Iron Banner. I know this Iron Banner was a surprise to everyone, but for me it was just too soon. We went almost 2 months without an Iron Banner. Then we had 2 of them within a few weeks of each other. I needed a break from them, but nope, it's Iron Banner week again. To top it all off, Ephrodite's armor was shit. If it's not a 100 stat roll, it's a waste of time. I have only been playing Destiny for about 6 months, and I've already got most of my primary armor at 96 or above. I need stuff that's 100 or better. Anything else is an insult. Anyways, we finally finished Milo's Iron Banner stuff. I needed to complete the mission, the Abomination Heist, to get my Thorn, but Milo needed to go to Feltwater Peak instead. You gotta understand something about Milo. Speedy isn't his thing. He's methodical. It's not in his nature to do something later when he can do it now. Doesn't matter if everybody is waiting for him. But we all have our issues. I'm easily frustrated and an impatient asshole that can't carry on a conversation and play the game at the same time. Medium plays like Leroy Jenkins at time and gets himself killed a lot. And Milo Milo is very time consuming. Milo's finally done at the peak, but now he needs to go to the tower. I had quickly done some business at the peak, and upon arriving at the tower, did stuff there to kill time. But as usual, I ran out of stuff to do, because someone's taking forever. I had already got my bounties, I changed my setup for the strike we were eventually going to do, and Milo still wasn't ready yet. It was just a waiting game at this point. I already have a Thorn, but my warlock got the quest, and I found myself inadvertently at 61% of completing a step in that quest. I just had to get void kills in the Crucible, and since we're stuck doing the Iron Banner, or had been stuck doing it, I got all voided up and completed the step while playing and waiting for Milo to reach rank 5. Still at the tower. Milo realizes he's keeping us waiting and suggests we go and start the mission and he'll catch up. I start the mission and it went well. Now I have 2 thorns that I never use. It was a good day, some of it frustrating, but most of it was a blast. We were killing it in the Crucible. Well, we were killing it in the Crucible until we realized we were killing it in the Crucible, and then we started to get our asses handed to us. After getting my Thorn, we did some heroic strikes, and that was fun, just a great time. On a side note, I've been liking the Talalik, I think that's how you say it. I got it from the gunsmith the other day, and it's an exotic. I didn't like it at first, but now I love it. I also just started using the Word of Crota hand cannon. I was using that in the Crucible and doing very good with it. I suck with hand cannons and sidearms, but doing pretty good with this as well. I think it's a keeper. It was even killing it in the heroic strikes, since they have Void Burn this week. Hope to make a video about it tomorrow, unless something noteworthy happens today in the world of Destiny that I need to rant about tomorrow. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please consider liking it and sharing it. I also have a Twitter account. You can follow me on that if you want. The link is below. Have a great day, everyone, and remember to be nice to each other, even the assholes.
Combining what they learn with Siva's potential, that would give the Splicers a whole new bag of tricks.
Sounds like a nightmare.
Yes, it does. Good thing you put a stop to it.